Right. Good evening and welcome to our regular council meeting for Monday, January 12th, 2026. Hope everybody had an enjoyable holiday season. I'd like to call this meeting to order. The town of Elk Point respectfully acknowledges that our community and workplace are situated on Treaty 6 territory, traditional lands of First Nations and Métis people. We have no delegation this evening. Agenda. Do we have any additions to the agenda?
Yeah, I got two. I have two additions. The first one is the NAGO meeting on January 22nd, give authority for someone to go to a meeting. And then the second one is Evergreen Regional Landfill meeting is coming up regarding the landfill collection.
Okay.
And that one's on January 15th.
Okay, sounds good. Have anything they need to add? No?
Bring up sort of a newcomers event, just to have a quick discussion.
Okay. The new business, is that where we want to do that?
Correspondence and donations.
Correspondence information? Anything else? Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
I can make that motion.
All in favor? It's carried. Okay. Minutes. Approval of December 8th, 2025 regular council meeting minutes. I do, yes. You guys look at me.
Yeah.
It's nothing major.
Okay.
On page 3, or page 3, which is
They're both three.
okay, the one that's titled page 3. It's also the page 3 on the bottom. I gotta move my screen over here. The Laverne Wilson Public Library. Moved by Councillor Borslet, council appoint the County of St. Paul Council Representative Shane Smith, board to the library board for 1 term, starting, should say 1 year, because it is only 1 year.
That's a fair comment.
Because when I think of term, I think of our elected term, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, we can leave it as is.
The days are there, but
Yeah.
1 year.
1 year. Okay. Great. And then down at the end on the numbered page, our numbered page 5, I don't notice a motion to come out of close. Oh, I do now. Gosh. That was the only one then.
That's pretty good.
Sorry about that. Okay. With that, are there any others? Did anybody else notice anything? Okay. I'll make the motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Minutes. Yeah.
Or sorry, the minutes, yes. Okay. Done. No unfinished business. Oh God, all in favor? Tim's hand up. My apologies. Okay.
I've done this since last year.
I know.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I gotta get my head back in the game. Okay, bylaws and policies, policy 5-26, council computer improvements.
So this is a new policy we bring forward. We had discussed this, I think, sent everything out. The computers are here. And this is a policy just stipulating how we're doing it. It was mirrored from the County of St. Paul policy about it so that each council will pay for half of it through each month taken off, and then plus the other half paid by taxpayers. And then at the end, you'll see in the policy the computers are maybe bought out, or whatever the case may be. So. And they are here, just getting programmed. The IT guys got them. They've got all the computers right now. So the policy is here for council review or any questions or concerns.
Okay. I guess the only question I had is where it states if the councillor does not complete their term, they would have the option of purchasing the corresponding hardware for the remaining balance. Is that the balance that they would normally pay, or since they're not finishing their term,
They're not balanced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question as well.
And I did have something on top of that in that same section, because seeing what another municipality is going through. If there is a scenario where the counselor passes away, what would the option be?
Thought about that.
Yeah.
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 I guess it'd be up to the family, they want to buy it out, so, and the same policy.
So is that something that, well, I guess that would fall into not complete.
Not completing your term,
Yeah.
but it does question that the council shall have an option, but obviously, and again, like I said, it's not something you want to think about, but another municipality is going through that scenario.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm thinking that should cover it as not completing the term.
Well, I was also say if a counselor is leaving their position and unfortunately counselor has left the position, yeah,
Without getting too bogged down with
Yeah.
other things
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I think that's good. In my opinion, anyway.
okay. Any other comments or,
Thank you. Right, good quick, first one, yeah.
okay, so we do have 4 alternatives in front of us. Recommendation is that council approve policy 1-5-26.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay.
Policy as presented.
All in favor? Carried. All right. New business, regional joint council meeting.
Yep, this is the regional council meeting coming up on January 19th, and this is for the approval to attend that meeting, so.
I'll make that motion.
Is everybody available to attend that meeting? Yeah. Okay. All in favor? That is carried. Elected officials course. January 19th, which is,
Happening the same day, so. Here we have the attendance of Mayor Cochran, Jason, Sean, and attending that course, so.
okay. Can I get a motion to approve? Oh,
Do you want me to do that if you guys are all going? Do you want me to make the motion or does it?
I think it matters, this is.
Yeah.
All in favor? St. Paul Education Family Liaison, School Liaison Worker Program.
So we received a request from the St. Paul Education, and this was signed by the board chair. And they're requesting a support, financial support to support the family school liaison worker they have here. And we did do it in the past and previously to 2016, 2017. At that time, I believe what happened, there was funding. We had STIP funding at this time to support this, and that went away. And then it came up a year later, a couple of years later, is the alternate school is giving them support for that. And we have been supporting that ever since for $5,000 a year. So it's up to council, and if council wants to fund this, or if we'll still continue supporting the outreach school that's going on. So at that time, there was a talk about closing the outreach school.
Is that asking for an annual or is that asking for a one-time of 10?
This is saying annual, but I anticipate it's going to probably be.
We usually get the request annually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it gets reviewed every year. Anybody have any thoughts?
I feel that doubling it is a steep climb. If it is something we're going to do ongoing.
As far as that goes, that's that. Myself here, because I think I'm a little hesitant on doing it.
Yeah.
Because we've already committed the 5,000 to the outreach. This is double, so it would be 10 to, the family school liaison worker.
And we don't do it all the time. It's not.
Well, and we haven't done it since 2017, so it's been a long time.
I think with some of the other expenses we do have coming up, I would prefer not to support this at this time, but that's me.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I think so too.
I can make a positive motion of approving.
Well,
Well, we-
decided we received information.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
That'll be option two. Two.
I guess the question I would have it, does it have to be $10,000?
Yeah, that's council's decision. They're requesting that, but that council wants to give them. So.
Not that we could find, like, would it be possible to say match what we did to the outreach school if we could find it in the budget? But if it's specifically they're asking for 10 and that's the only amount they're looking at, then any thoughts on that?
I would turn it back to them and just leave it in their thoughts. I would just say it's a 10,000, no. They reapply or re-ask at a lower rate, then we can consider it, but
Okay, or do we want to, okay, so do we defer this to the 2026 budget, and that would give administration time to possibly reach out to the school board?
Yeah, that's the option you have for, is that the council could defer this item to the 2026 budget meetings for further discussion, if you wish. And then I could reach out to them and ask them if it is 10,000 or if they accept something lower. Definitely.
Oh, if we do that, are they going to expect then lower?
I don't know, or nothing, yeah, it's still your decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to defer to the budget meeting, or do we want to just say file this information,
Receive the
to
information.
receive this information?
what's everybody else's thoughts?
I do wish I knew more about it. Like, all I have is what we have here, but as it stands, I think my initial position is just to file it.
Receive this information?
Sorry.
Okay. Is that what we want to do?
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Okay. So recommendation is as directed by council, so then do we need a motion on that then, to
Yeah.
receive this information? John? All in favor? Carried. Okay,
I'd like to get some more information about it.
Yeah, I can request that and I'll send it out. If I receive anything else, I'll give them a phone call and then same, get some more information about it, more understanding more about it.
okay,
Sure.
it sounds good. Garbage collection.
So I'm glad Jay is here, so I can help you with this one. So with this one here, what we're bringing forward here right now is that with the garbage collection, we're at a point now where our garbage truck, it's past life expectancy. It's been 2 years or 3 years past, so we had some repairs and we're still repairing it. At the same time, we do have an employee that has been on long-term disability as well. So now is the opportunity, you're looking at that, and thanks to Jay's work, we did receive a quotation on a contractor on picking up the garbage. So with that, as you can see in the report, we compared purchasing a truck and then running it ourselves, doing the same service we're doing now, and versus doing the contract service. I won't go through every little detail in here, but when looking at this, looking at buying the truck and then fueling it and maintaining and taking care of it, it's going to be, in our estimation right now, we're looking at about $83,000 a year. And if we do it where we contract it out, we're looking at about $70,000 a year in the budget. So there's a $13,000 difference in that. So we're looking at the possibility, instead of buying a truck for $395,000, looking at going to a contract service. The County of St. Paul did it a couple of years ago and considered doing that. And they themselves also found it was more economical to have a contractor pick it and do the garbage pickup. You got all the information here, the truck and the truck value and everything else. So one of the things is that our truck is a smaller truck. It's got a drop frame onto it. And if we did purchase the truck, it would be the bigger truck. And the bigger truck would go up every day versus in the contract do 1 day as well. To get the smaller truck like we have right now would actually cost more than the bigger truck.
Yeah,
because
the drop frame, it costs more to build those trucks, smaller truck. We already carried it past 2 years past the expectancy with we redid the backer and the
And that was supposed to give us another two more years. So it's a 15-year-old truck.
And as far as the garbage cans and stuff that.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever they would
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, they'll still be able to be used, yeah.
The only thing I can add to this or ask, there's some stuff that came into STEP in regarding possibly an option for garbage hauling. You can't really go much into it right now based on just getting its preliminary information. It was like a last minute thing that I was called on to say, hey, is it possible to defer this till the next meeting to make a final decision? Because there may be something that comes forward on garbage pickup, a possible other solution that we may want to look at. So I guess that's, how do you feel on that, Jay? I guess on the garbage, is it a big rush to get through to whatever, or?
I think we're at a point where we gotta do something with it right now, like we're basically wore out. Taking time longer, and we did wind up that way over the holidays where we had to use down at St. Paul's truck again,
Yes.
you know, and it's basically the wiring is shot and the hydraulics are even shot and it, everything is just plain wore out, but, are you talking about somebody else taking over?
Correct.
the area?
From my understanding is that there may be an offer coming through on a possible garbage pickup, and how that would be budgetarily and money wise and whatever, I don't know, because it's very new. But I said, I know that we have had some issues with the truck and borrowing St. Paul's and stuff like that. So I said, I know we're at a critical point. I said, I can ask council for possibly to go to the next meeting and make a final decision. I said, but I don't know if I can push it past that because of the need of where we're at.
I would say the next meeting is fine, but
Okay,
yeah, we wouldn't want to say another year.
no.
Yeah, no.
It's something that's supposed to come forward within the next 2 weeks. It might be before the next 2 weeks are up that this may come forward, but they want to present and so I'll see what the flavor is and where we sit as far as.
And just the other thing to add is it will free up a guy for me. I'm already down a guy. Because we lost that guy. We used to run the garbage truck all the time, so I'm having to put another one of my guys on there. So
Right.
yeah, it would definitely free up a guy for me too.
And with this Evergreen Regional Landfill meeting, you'd mentioned a study. Was there anything possible within that study that might be?
No,
No.
the study's more about looking at all transfer stations and the landfills and how they operate and what they take. And it is really not about the garbage collection.
Okay,
How we collect and get it there is one thing. Once we get it there, then they're talking about how they operate.
Okay.
Transfer stations. Yeah.
But your opinion in general, excluding extenuating circumstances, you would be in favor of the outside contract?
Yeah, I would say it would be better to go with the outside contractor myself. You know, we probably should have done that in the beginning. The reason we went out of the contract was because we refused to go to the carts at that time. We were doing it as hand pickup. And that's how we got into the garbage business.
Okay.
And then we went to the cart shortly after that. But yeah, as far as operating the truck and fueling and repairs and CVIPs and stuff like that, I think you're far better off with the car. It's a cheaper option for sure.
Would the town of St. Paul, I wonder, be interested in being used there only 3 times a week?
Yeah, I don't know. Like using their truck?
Them doing it.
Oh, them doing it. I know they're watching pretty hard to see what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Because the county's gone this way too. Contract.
They kind of like themselves.
well, and I just wanted to ask too, I noticed in the pictures, this one would have, if we were to get it, has arms.
Yes.
What does that do to our
Yeah.
bins? Is it?
No, it's the same. It's just, we use the same bins. It just reaches out and grabs them, picks it up.
Okay.
Town of St. Paul has one right now, same truck.
Oh, okay. Okay,
It's got the little car tipper on the side when you pull them up.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the RFP.
I guess on my side, that would be my ask is if we would be able to postpone any decision until. I mean, moving forward, yes, looking at a contract, this would be, in my understanding, a contract option.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of it being presented and seeing what it can bring for economic development within the communities, like if it's a possible thing.
It's hard to find anybody else around who does the carts. Like everybody wants the big bins. E360, the only one in the area doing the carts as far as what we got. Everybody else is municipality.
I just didn't want to put you
Yeah.
critical thing. That would be the
If
answer.
you're talking the rest of the year, I'd have said.
Well, I didn't know,
Next meeting, yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if everybody be in favor of that motion to table till the January 27th, 26th.
Yeah, 26.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions or comments? No? Okay, Tim made a motion to defer. All in favor? That's carried. Okay. Then we have NAGO meeting, please.
So we have I don't know if everybody who what NAGO is. It's okay. Yeah, I think in terms of revenue, everything's in there. So that we talked about it before with the NAGO meeting. So this coming up here on January 22nd. So this is an invite to the mayor or an alternative and then plus the administrator. And it's in Vegreville on January 22nd. And so this would give this motion would approve the attendance of the mayor or the backup, which is Tim, to attend this meeting on 22nd. So that's
I will make that motion.
Any comments? Okay, all in favor? Great.
so the next one, oh, sorry.
Evergreen Regional meeting.
Sorry. The Evergreen landfill meeting, so they've been going through, it's about a year now, they're going through a study looking at all the transfer stations and landfills within the Evergreen region, which includes Smoky Lake and the county of St. Paul and everybody else in between, which is us and town of St. Paul, Vilna and so forth. So they've gathered all the information. So this meeting is an in-person meeting because they want to go through where we're at right now. And then with everybody being there and how we can go forward and what's the best economic way going forward. So they're trying to find ways to make it a better service. So that's his meeting is. Tim is that representative. He's been attending those meetings, been doing most of them by Zoom, but this one they want to do in person. So they want an in-person meeting and then go through all the information.
Any questions or comments? No, can I get a motion?
I can make the motion. Why not?
Thank you. All in favor? Okay. Manager of Operations report.
Of course, the majority of our work here in the last little while has been snow. More snow and more snow. We're moving along on that, working on our year-end stuff, of course, for Alberta Environment, through our water and sewer end of things. Just a little update on the Ibis liner. We did get the liner completed in the downtown area. All repairs have been done to both lines. Only thing that's left is the 8-inch liner to be installed on 51st Street. I have asked them not to come back till spring. It's just too much of a fight in the wintertime here, dealing with people and kind of give people a break from it. So we're gonna carry on in the spring on that. Little note, if anybody didn't know, the terminal out at the airport had burned. Not that we have anything to do with the airport anymore, but it did put our renter out of the home out there too also.
So is he still displaced?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because everything was tied into that terminal, the gas and power and everything coming from the terminal over to the trailer. So the actual line was burned coming across the road, so it doesn't sound like they're going to carry on with the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's notes of it. Any questions? So
You know what caused the fire?
no, they just said the power was melted coming across it, so I don't know.
The only question I have, and it's just, I should maybe know this, what does THM stand for under your?
Trial methane. Cancer causing. So it's a byproduct of chlorine reacting in the water, with byproducts in the water. We have to keep that at a certain level, so because they are cancer causing agents in the water.
Okay.
With the sewer lining, did that all go right as planned? Did it all go smooth or?
No.
did.
No, there was a lot of back and forth there. It's not smooth. I can say the lines are safe now. They're not collapsed now. They do have made. It's just the full liner and the one to be done, but there was a lot of back and forth there. They did not. The one good thing about them, they did not go past what they quoted on us for doing it. So they didn't charge any extra. There's a lot of going back and forth there and not too happy words there, you know, but yeah, and it was hard on the people that were in the areas.
Yeah.
Cause that one area did take almost 14 hours. But they were out of there.
I know I went to work one morning and I come around the corner on Main Street and I'm going, this doesn't look good. Cause they were supposed to be done.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, so I go out there and I said, does this mean I can't use water? He says, yes. He says, we're almost done.
There's a little trouble with organizational things there. Once I got there's another supervisor involved there, went a little better after that.
Okay.
So it's one.
And with the delay, are we gonna end up being way back in the queue, or we still gonna get it done?
Oh, yeah, we'll still get it done with the weather clears. I just didn't want to too much pressure on just the big air street and shit like that, shutting them down. We'll wait till summer and everybody can get outside and do other things and that was just.
Right.
But yeah, and going forward, we would like to do more of this. We do have some problems in some areas with infiltration as far as water. It puts a heavy load on our lift station at Great Falls, so it doesn't do some of that. But see how it goes here.
Okay.
There is other people that do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say a huge thank you to Public Works for all their efforts with the snow removal.
Thank you. Yeah, it's in December, we usually don't see that much.
Not that much, no. No, for sure not.
Thank you, it's much appreciated. I'll pass it on to the guys.
Okay, good. Okay. Animal control. Anybody have any questions regarding that? No. All right. Recreation and tourism. Caitlin is also somebody that we could reach out to, Sean, regarding a newcomer event.
Okay.
It's a recreation person, but we will discuss it here. No questions, no comments? Okay, get a motion to approve the,
All three?
yeah, we did last time anyway.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
All in favor? Carried. All right, committee minutes and reports. Step.
Any questions, I guess, on that? The only thing I can say is that there was concerns and questions about the RSS renewal streams.
Yeah.
So we made some clarifications on it with the inquiring, and there still is a lot of confusion with those that are in the system and trying to figure out what the government is trying to do now. And it's still up for discussion on whether we move forward in March. So other than that, I think that was the only thing on that meeting that was of any concern. Everything else was pretty straightforward.
Okay. Evergreen Regional Waste, do you have anything?
No, a lot of it's going around with this process that we're going through to figure out about going forward, how to move things. There is some equipment that is needing to be replaced and stuff, so we're going ahead and doing that. Right now, we're sitting in a fairly reasonable place as far as finances go, so we're not concerned there. There are some increases coming through, but that's in general across the board with everything. So equipment's going up, everything's going up. And we're still finding ways to reduce waste going into the pits. Like there was talk with a group to use commercial wastes to use as cover to help reduce costs and have it there. That's still in a process. I don't believe it's a final decision yet, but there was talk there to try to find ways of being able to help and reduce costs. we're still bringing in, there's always new, we've added a few new customers, I guess, if you want to call them. We're seeing a little more waste coming in, and we're still looking for other opportunities to generate some revenue and help our expenditures. So
Okay. All right, over in Wilson Public Library, we met mid-December before Christmas. Looks like the Friends of the Library will once again do the pancake breakfast for Canada Day. January, the library is changing over, and that's through the whole Northern Lights Library system, to Polaris. Our manager, and from what she says, other managers are not happy about it. They don't really care for the program, and they're not sure why they're doing it, but it's seems to be a little bit more complex to check things out stuff now. We did look at the budget that was presented to us, and they had to make some changes, and I believe that it should have been forwarded to the updated version should have been forwarded to the town. We received a donation, a local donation, so they will be purchasing a laminating machine in the library. And they're still looking into possibly a 3D printer, but some people were saying that it can be a little bit not user-friendly. You have to be a little savvy to use them. So we're not sure if the library is a good place to have it. So they're definitely going to go with the laminating machine. And they're already planning for the summer reading program. Looks like they've got somebody that is interested in looking after that. And yeah, that's about it. Great. Can I get a motion to approve the committee minutes and reports? Dwayne. All in favor? Correspondence. Changed police funding.
Yeah, so once we get, I sent this out because there is things coming down the pipe regarding the police funding on how the model's changing. You've probably heard things, you've probably seen emails come through. Once you get more detail, bring more forward. I'll just bring this as a heads up. It was sent to me that council has this. I don't think it's greatly going to affect the town of Elk Point, but other communities that are larger than us, I think there's going to be bigger. It's going to affect them a lot more than it's going to affect us. And I know it did come up at the AB Munis convention as well, the police funding, and some conversations about that as well. I think Dwayne attended that one.
yeah, Dwayne attended it.
That police funding one. At the yeah, and there's some of we're gonna get more information as time comes, so. Police funding.
I think if I remember correctly, we're going up to 19% from 14
Yeah.
or something like that, but it's going up anyway.
Yeah, and the smaller communities is not gonna be the biggest, but I know the bigger communities there's gonna be a greater effect on them, on their budgets.
I think talking with the county, they mentioned something too, didn't they?
Yeah. So I just thought, just give this a heads up to you, and as soon as we get more information, I'll bring it back to council. If there's decisions that are being made, or if there's a effect to our budget, we'll probably see it before we pass the 2026 budget.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some.
You know,
changes to our budget.
just off the top, do you kind of have an idea of what you think it might be? Like as far as a dollar value?
I haven't got all the formulas and all that. I don't think it's gonna affect us huge. It's not gonna be a big one. Once we have that, we'll definitely send it over. We'll definitely discuss it when we do our final budget. Have that information.
Any other comments regarding the funding? No? Board of Transportation Economic Corridors letter.
So this one, myself and Dwayne had met then with Alberta of Transportation and Economic Corridor. So we had some conversations about the overlay that went through town. So we had that conversation, and then also we had some conversations on what they're doing with the corner up there, which is coming up in next year in 2026. So they followed up with, which is great. They followed up with discussion and they followed up with information. So I thought I'd just pass on the council having that meeting.
I remember they said at the junction here, I couldn't visualize that, but they need a lot more land, you said.
Yeah,
The way that they're thinking.
roundabout, yeah.
Roundabout.
Sound like a roundabout, then for the bigger trucks, there has to be another outside loop or something. So they said, but the plan, once they do it, the plan's gonna come to us and we'll be able to see that, so.
But does it need to come to us since it's not really
I think they just want some input.
just for the
Yeah,
neighboring?
and I think they said the same thing with the overlay. They wish they would have had contacted us more ahead of time and let us know.
Mhm.
So I said that just for the communication, so, because it's gonna affect not greatly us, not in town, but it will, people have.
The closest municipality, and up to this point, really haven't had any input where the, like County St. Paul has lots, so it'd be nice to be
Mhm.
a part of the discussion.
Yeah, and that's what they're gonna say. Once they're doing the planning in 2026, and they'll let us know. It's not that you can say nay or yay, but at least we're informed.
We know we're gonna be getting phone calls.
Yeah.
That may be out there, so, you know.
Mhm.
Anything else on that? Okay, Sean, newcomers event.
This is partly for just public disclosure, but partly just to keep the bug in our ears. Just we talked about how we've had a ton of newcomers in the last few years, myself included. And so it would be really great if we could do kind of hopefully a dedicated event, whether it be at the arena or something like that. It could be on several different levels that we can consider, and we'll talk to Caitlin as well, but to dedicate something that will help, some of the legacy citizens and some of the newcomers connect and make people feel belonging and just build that community that we've all talked about, in our elections, trying to invest in community and increase involvement. So I think that, something we can pursue and hopefully come up with a plan.
Do you have a vision of what you would like to see?
So my pipe dream idea that comes to mind is if it was at some place like the arena that had the space, have some sort of whether it be a paid dinner or whether there be just, some snacks. I think karaoke was discussed. I think karaoke gets pretty good turnout and some excitement, maybe a dance, just something that really mixes people and encourages people to cross the aisle a bit.
Would you be thinking like a annual thing? Because we do have people coming all the time, right?
I don't think I would do it any more than once every 5 years, depending on what, the incoming numbers are looking like. But I know we've had quite an influx specifically in the last probably 5 years.
How would we be able to track so that we don't miss nobody?
That's the problem. And because we've had this conversation about, even a welcome wagon, but it's just finding the people when they do come in the community and whether they're here for a while or whatnot, and then who administrators who actually does that. The idea is great, for sure.
Certainly, there's the regular, just general canvassing. We could talk to realtors and get a fair number of names of people who have come recently, I think would help. But yeah, in general, I guess in some ways we are stuck with the same old. But
sometimes once you plant the seed, then it doesn't take long to say, Tim would say, oh, I know somebody, or I know somebody, and it's just a ripple effect. So,
There still is that chance. I think if you're losing a lot more by one getting omitted than you are with 10 coming. You know what I'm saying? It'll hurt us more if we miss someone. If there was an easier way, like you can't depend on people's, I know this guy, I know that you gotta have.
no, for sure, but you can't,
a specific.
not everybody's on Facebook. You can put posters around, and it's $1 million question whenever you're planning any type of event. How do you reach everybody?
I know for people that purchase, I'm sure the water bill could be something for administration to get to people that are moving to town, but it's the rentals that you kind of, those are the ones that are hard to track down.
But I guess if there's rentals, then we can, but again, we can go into an apartment and we can put a poster.
Yeah.
But if somebody's, I guess, renting a home, they get the water bill in their name, right?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
But honestly, I mean, if it meant the success of an event like this, I would volunteer to go to the rental units and knock on the door. I think there's a great value in it, and so I'm willing to put some skin in the game.
The realtors will be big helps for sure.
Yeah.
And as long as the principal what you're giving, leave this to, I'll definitely approach Caitlin. And I know she's already been talking about it, and we can leave it to us and we'll bring something back and
How about that welcome thing that FCS, was it FCS that's doing? We send out a basket to.
That's a welcoming, yeah, that's kind of welcome wagon.
Welcome, okay.
Yeah.
I do like the idea though of having something that integrates, not just say, welcome to our community, but say, now meet people and
Meet and greet, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was heading more down the line of.
You know who's,
Right. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
From and.
Yeah.
Right.
everybody go to FCSS.
Right.
You know,
You gotta register, be told, yeah.
yeah,
Not
So-
too big of a community, but I think we can probably find them.
Figure it out?
Yeah, we can figure it out. I got good staff, so I can figure that out. Yeah.
okay. Sounds good. Any more comments regarding that? No? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the correspondence and information? All in favor?
Who moved it?
Sean, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
That's carried. Great. Council timesheets are,
Remuneration, yeah, so on the sheet, please ignore the year to date, that's not the year to date. So, because this is our first meeting, so you'll see that what's on here now, but the blue line, just ignore that, so. Let's take that out.
I'll come back to you. You have a concern or acknowledgement? Okay, sorry. Okay. So can I get a motion to approve the council timesheets? We need a motion on that one? I'll receive his information
To accept it.
to accept it.
Accept as received, yeah.
I make that motion.
Tim.
Tim. Sorry, I didn't see anything written there, Jason, so I just kind of skipped over it. Acknowledgements and concerns from mayor and councillors?
Yeah, I just wanted to, as kind of enlighten what we've been doing the last couple of meetings. There was an event at New Year's Eve, put on by Second Chance, which was a very well attended event. And I know there was a lot of hard work by the Second Chance group, and kind of put forward that maybe we should do another acknowledgement letter to that organization, just to kind of celebrating what they've done and like putting out an actual function during New Year's Eve that we haven't had in years, so.
Yeah, and it was a nice event to attend, and it was a reasonable event to attend. Like usually New Year's ticket prices are ludicrous. But no, you could afford to take your family if you chose to take your family. So yeah, it was very good. Very good. Okay, do we need a motion on that then to?
We should.
Administration.
Yeah.
fee?
The acknowledgement letter to the, yeah.
I can make the
Take
motion.
that, Jason? Thank you. Motion to acknowledge. Okay, all in favor? Carried. Great. That's it for the informal part. Can I get a motion to go into closed session? At 7:12?
Okay.
Okay, thank you for your patience. At 7:49, Dwayne made a motion to come out of closed session. And we have a couple of motions to make. One regarding land, lot 7, block 46, plan 192, 636. Do we need to read the,
No, it's, go with the option you wanted to make a motion for that option.
okay. So Jason,
Yeah, I make a motion to go with option 1 on that.
okay, all in favor? Carried. Item B, lease proposal.
It's an option again as well.
I make a motion for option 1.
All in favor? Motion carried. All right, meeting adjourned at 7:52.